Let me demonstrate the power of Easy Animator Pro, a revolutionary After Effects script that will help you speed up your animation workflow. This time-saver tool will help you achieve professional animation result with simple clicks, so you can focus on the design process. Here I have a scene that I created in After Effects, a fairly simple composition with one logo, a main text layer, a shape layer, and a paragraph. Let's dive in and begin animating in real time. I will select the logo layer, and apply the Motion Snapper preset, with a simple left click on the M button in my script interface. This will add an effect control on my layer with all the properties ready to animate. I will expand the animation values and reveal all the properties I can adjust. By default they are all set to do nothing, so your design stays intact. Now with my timeline indicator near the end point of the layer, I will adjust the animation in values. This way we can have a visual representation of the changes we make in real time. Let's add some start values. Okay, everything looks great, but we can push it a step further, by opening the global controls. On Snapper Animators we have some extra options, such as speed, dynamics and delay. Let's set the easing of the animation to snapper fast. Also in this case I will use the delay parameters, and add some time difference between the animated values. I think the animation in for the logo is fine. Now let's move the timeline indicator near the out point of the layer and adjust the animation out properties. Looks great. All we have to do now is to adjust the duration. I will simply drag the in and out points of the layer to fit my needs, and my animation will dynamically adjust to the duration. Let's move to the next layer, the text layer. As I did before, I will select the text layer and in this case, I apply the text snapper preset with a simple left click on the T button in my script interface. This will add an effect control on my layer, with all the properties ready to animate. I will expand the animation in values and reveal all the properties I can adjust. Text animators are really powerful, offering a huge variety of options. Again by default they are all set to do nothing and your design stays intact. Now with my timeline indicator near the end point of the layer I will adjust the animation in values. This way we can have a visual representation of the changes we make in real time. Let's add some values. Everything looks great, but we can push it a step further, by opening the global controls. We have some extra options, such as speed, dynamics and delay. I will adjust the easing mode and add a little bit more delay between the letters animation to give more space. Another cool feature is that we can select the based on modes by simply expanding the script user interface. With the text layer selected, click on the based on button and adjust to your needs. In this example I want the start animation to be based on letters, and the end animation based on words. Let's continue with the animation out values. Since it is going to be based on words, I will make it simple and quick. Looks great. All we have to do now is to adjust the duration. I will simply drag the in and out points of the layer to fit the dynamics of the scene, and we are done. Let's move to the next layer and use the noob mode. With the switch that toggles between Pro and Noob Animator modes, I will leave it to the mode I like. Select the shape layer and use the Bouncer Animator version with a simple right-click on the M button. Bouncer Animator offers the all-time favorite overshoot and bounce effects added to your animation arsenal. Expand the animation values and reveal all the properties I can adjust. Notice that the noob version presets have a simplified effect controls with same values for in and out animation, with the option to reverse. Now with my timeline indicator near the end point of the layer I will adjust the animation values. This way we can have a visual representation of the changes we make in real time. Everything looks great. But we can push it a step further. By opening the global controls on Bouncer Animator, we have some extra options, such as speed, delay and bounce controls. I will add a little bit of speed and delay, to fit my scene needs. For the animation out, I don't have to do anything. In the noob mode, the outro will happen automatically. Simply drag the in and out points of the layer to fit the duration of the scene, and we are ready. Last but not least, let's use the same mode for text, and animate the paragraph. First I select the layer, and apply the text bouncer animator with a simple right-click on the T-Text button. Because I know I want to animate by lines, with the text layer selected, I will expand the Script Tools user interface, and set the based on mode, to lines, both for in, and for out. With my timeline indicator near the in point of the layer, all I have to do is to add my animation values and I am ready. This way we can have a visual representation of the changes we make, in real time. Let's keep it simple. For the animation out, I don't have to do anything. In the noob mode, the outro will happen automatically. Simply drag the in and out points of the layer to fit the duration of the scene, and we are ready. This is your workflow with Easy Animator Pro. Another extremely useful feature is the Transition Maker. It works with any resolution and aspect ratio. Everything happens with a single click, and one adjustment layer that will be applied exactly where your timeline indicator is. Now let's see how it works in a real scenario. Here I have some images in a sequence and I need some transitions in between. You can have videos, or any layer. Let's add one. With the timeline indicator exactly to the point where you need to make the transition, simply left-click the transition button on the script interface, and you are ready to go. Optionally, you have a huge variety of controls that you can adjust to fit your needs. In this case, I want a simple zoom in effect, but the default is zoom out. No problem. I will click on the reverse checkbox and I am ready. Now I will move the timeline indicator to the next point, where I want to add a transition, and this time I will apply a pre-made transition preset. So, to open the presets drop-down, simply right-click on the transition button and select the one you like. Once you select an option, an adjustment layer will be added to your timeline exactly where your timeline indicator is. Also, your saved transitions will be visible here. Let's use the same type of transition, but this time I want to target zoom to a specific point. I will move the timeline indicator near the endpoint of the transition layer, and from the effect controls, adjust the zoom point. Let's go to the next image, and again add a preset transition. This time I will use a position preset. I think it is a bit too extreme for the dynamics of our scene, so from the effect controls panel I will fine adjust the easing mode, and maybe bring the position force a little bit down. For the last part, let's use once again a transition preset, and add our own adjustments to spice up the animation. From the effects control panel, I will add some zoom and optics. Also, let's adjust the zoom point to the door of the store, so we have a seamless transition. This is how you edit with Easy Animator Pro. Copy and paste. This is a useful feature if you have a cool animation and want to pass it to other layers. Simply select the layer with the animation you created. Click on the Copy button from the Script Tools user interface, and select what type of animator you want to copy. In this case, we want to copy the text animator, so I click on it. Now we need to paste this animation to another text layer. Select the new text layer, and from the Script user interface, click on the Paste button, and select the Paste Text Animator option. Adjust the duration of the new layer to your needs, by dragging the in and out points. Let's do this with a motion animator. Select the layer with the motion preset you created. Click on the Copy button from the Script Tools user interface. Select what type of animator you want to copy. In this case, we want to copy the motion animator, so I click on it. Now we need to paste this animation to another layer. Click the new layer, and from the Script user interface click on the Paste button, and select the Paste Motion Animator option. Adjust the duration of the new layer to your needs by dragging the in and out points. Delete feature. If for any reason you want to remove the animators, simply select the layer. Click on the Delete button from the Script Tools user interface, and select what type of animator you want to remove. In this case we want the text animator, so I click on it. Let's do the same with a motion animator. Simply select the layer. Click on the Delete button from the Script Tools user interface, and select what type of animator you want to remove. All the animation effects are removed and you can now start fresh. Based on modes. Sometimes you want your text animation to be based on letters, sometimes on words, and other times on lines. For this case you have the Based On selector, a powerful feature, with options to individually select the Based On modes, for in and out animation. In this example we have a 2-line text, with 3 words with an animator applied. To change the Based On mode, all I have to do is select the text layer, click on the Based On button from the Script Tools interface, and select an option either for in or for out. You can have any combination you like. Let's select words in. Now with the layer selected, I will click again the Based On button and select lines out. As you can see, we have separate Based On modes in our text animation. Save and Load feature. Save. This feature is useful if you want to save your custom Easy Animator Pro presets and build your own library. Notice, the Save feature requires administrator access, so you need to run After Effects as administrator. To save a custom preset, select the layer with the animator, and click on the Save button from the Script Tools user interface. Depending on your animator, pick one option from the pop-up menu. In the first case, I will save a text animator preset, so I select the text layer and click the Save icon. Select the option for the text, and now I have to name the preset and save it. In the second case, I will save a motion animator preset. Again, I select the layer with the motion animator, and click the Save icon. Pick the option for the motion animator. Name the preset and save it. Now for the transition part, do the same. Select the transition layer and click the Save icon. Pick the option for the transition animator. Name the preset and click Save. We have now saved our custom presets. The Load feature works as a library of your custom saved presets. Also, some preset starters are included that you can use right away. To use the Load feature, select the layer you want to apply the preset. In this case I will use the text layer. Click on the Load button from the Script Tool interface. Expand the drop-down depending the preset you want to use. I will open the text presets, as we have a text layer selected. And click on any preset name to apply. Notice that the preset we created earlier is visible here. Let's use this one. Let's use the Load feature with a motion preset. Select the layer you want to apply. Click on the Load button from the Script Tools interface. Expand the drop-down depending the preset you want to use, and click on the name to apply. Notice that the preset we created earlier is visible here. Let's use this one. There is a difference if you want to load a transition preset. As you have noticed, it does not appear under the Load button. All transition presets are available by right-clicking on the transition button from the script user interface. So you can use them as usual. Place your timeline indicator to the desired point in time, and right-click on the transition button. Select a preset from the drop-down, and click to apply. Snapper versus Bouncer version. Snapper animators provide the dynamics easing controller, offering the flexibility to adjust the easing of your animations from a variety of options with a simple drop-down selector. Snapper animators are applied with a simple left click on the button T for text or M for motion. Bouncer animators. The all-time favorite, overshoot and bounce effects, offering the flexibility to adjust the bounce controls. Bouncer animators are applied with a simple right-click on the button T for text or M for motion. Pro versus Noob version. With the Pro Noob toggle button on the script user interface, you can switch modes. The Pro version animators have more advanced effect controls with individual values for in and out, that gives you the freedom to have completely different in and out animations. The Noob version animators have a simplified effect controls, with same values for animation in and out, with a cool feature. The negative out checkbox. This mode is useful if you want the same animation for in and out, but with the negative option you can have a reversed animation.